chicken tortilla soup using the Azteca tortilla soup packet. And I don't have a lot of time, so I'm actually just going to stick my chicken in the microwave using this steamer. And we only have to cook it in there for about, I want to kind of trim it just a little bit and just lay it in here. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on the chicken and put it in the microwave for about 7 minutes covered. And that should take care of my chicken. And then I'm going to get that chicken shredded and then put it in and fix the soup on the stove. Alright, so I'm going to use a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt, and I've got my pepper grinder. You can season it with whatever you want to, but since there is seasoning for the actual soup, I just want a little salt and pepper only on my chicken. So I'm just going to put my lid on my steamer and stick it in the microwave. For 7 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to start my soup. I've got my pot here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on low and put in 5 cups of water. You could use chicken broth if you have some chicken broth, or vegetable broth, just whatever you want your base to be. I didn't really have any additional, actually I might have had some chicken broth, but just use water tonight. I'm going to cut the top off of this packet. And we're going to add 5 cups of water, done that with the seasoning. So I'm going to pour that whole packet of seasoning in there. A can of crushed tomatoes. Okay, so I've got this coming, it has come to a boil now. So we're going to pour in our crushed tomatoes. I'll turn it down just a little bit so I don't splash it up on me. So that was just, I brought the water and the seasoning to a boil first. And now I've added the crushed tomatoes and I'm going to bring that to a boil. That won't take long. While that is getting heated up, I've pulled my chicken. If I can move it over here where you can see it a little better. I've pulled my chicken out of the microwave, and I've already started to break it up using the little, it's actually the ground beef tool. See all the steam coming out of that chicken? You can't see all the water that is in here, but the moisture that your chicken or whatever your vegetables or whatever retain in this silicone steamer is quite amazing. So this little thing is handy. The super quick way is to use a mixer, and it will shred your chicken much easier, but I don't want to get the mixer out, so my stand mixer is in a cabinet and it's heavy, so I'm not going to fool with it. I'm just going to use this little tool and break up this chicken, and as soon as that tomato mixture has heated up, I'm going to add this chicken, and I'm also going to add some black beans, and I also have some frozen corn that I just got out of the freezer and ran it under some water. So I'm going to add a little bit of, you can use fresh or frozen, you could use canned corn if you want to, but I just got some frozen corn that I'm going to stick in there. And that chicken is all broke up and ready to go in there. You can see all that chicken. I don't know if you can see the water that's still in there or not, but it is full of water and steaming hot. Alright, so this is starting to come to a boil. I'm going to double check my recipe just to make sure I've got everything in there. We've got the water, the broth, the seasoning. We're bringing that to a boil with the tomatoes. It says to cover it to return it to a boil, but it looks like it's going to come to a boil without covering it. And then once this comes to a boil, we're going to reduce the heat and add the black beans and the corn. And that's it. We're just going to let it heat up. Once that's done, I'm going to add the chicken, black beans, and corn in just a second, and then that'll be it. Okay, so now I've got the tomato sauce, or crushed tomatoes, and all of that is to a boil now. So I'm going to add in my chicken. I've turned it down, turned the heat down. I'm going to add my chicken in. And I'm going to add my corn. It's quite a bit of corn. I don't know that I'm going to add all of that corn. Oh, took quite a bit of it. And then I'm going to, I got these from Thrive Market. If you get the cans, you want to drain them first, but these are ready to use. They come in packets. It's organic black beans. Now actually, I'm going to use some kidney beans too, because we like beans. And I'm going to stir that up and let it heat up, and it will be finished. That's all you got to do. Super easy. You could do this in the crock pot. You could do a meal prep with it and go ahead and put everything in the freezer and then stick it in the crock pot. This is a big batch. I don't know if you can see how full that is. But I will show it to you when it's finished. It shouldn't take long. I think it said to, that's not the right, yeah it is. It just says simmer for 5 to 10 minutes and it'll be finished. While that simmers though, I'm gonna fix some queso dip too. Okay, the tortilla soup is really good. You're gonna like it. It is, I just added a little sour cream and cheese to the top. You could put avocado on the top of there, but it's really good. The chicken is perfect, even though I did it super quick in the microwave. And I did add a little bit of salt, so that's just for preference. If you don't like things salty or you need something lower sodium, you don't have to add anything. I did add just a little bit to mine, but it's really good. You're gonna like it.